Welcome to MaxxEcu Training Part 2. This video, we're going to be taking a look at the MTune Software Overview, getting familiar with the software, what the software has to offer, and where to find things so that when we start our training tutorials here in the training course, you're going to be a bit more comfortable with navigating the software and working with it. Without further wait, let's jump into our video so we can check this out.
Okay, so let's get started. We're going to be taking a look at how to communicate between our MaxxEcu and our MTune calibrating software in this video. We're going to be also doing a general software overview, just understanding the various features and functions that the MTune software has to offer. Now we're going to be breaking things down and much more in depth in future training tutorials, but we need to have a basis to start from and to build off of in our MTune calibrating software. So again, we get familiar with this, just understand what is going on here and understand the basics. So the first thing I want to do is actually establish communication between my MTune software and my MaxxEcu. Now I have a MaxxEcu race version installed onto my race vehicle. I'm sitting in the race vehicle right now. I have the power switched on my race vehicle, so everything is live. I haven't communicated or started my communication between my laptop and my MaxxEcu, and that's what we're going to be using this software to do. Now I have the USB cable plugged in to my laptop, which is plugged into my MaxxEcu Pro Box, and I'm going to go up here to the icon, a little lightning bolt icon, and click Auto Connect Work Online. If I click this, notice right here it's going to be showing you ECU is busy, and now it's showing ECU online. So I've established my communication and I've actually connected to the box. Now we're going to find that we have a few things going on here as we're looking here live. We can see a warning, ECU error is detected. It's going to be showing me that I have some kind of error faulted that we need to go and resolve or take a look at. Down below, we are going to be finding we have this streaming our information here. We can see we have some information starting to move. We're in this live streaming kind of data. We can see down here at the bottom that we have some other information here. That's our map sensor, what it's reading, throttle position, engine coolant temperature. We're seeing the lambda sensor showing, our wideband showing us an error. We can see here that we have a fuel pulse primary, what the pulse width is going to be, what our ignition angle is going to be, and what our battery voltage is going to be. This is just a very, very small sample of all the channels that we can take a look at. But in this status right now, we can see that the data logging is showing down here. This is our little graphical plotting of our data that we're streaming live. So this is the actual digital kind of look of gauges that we're seeing here, and this is the graphical plotting of that data. We can see we're in the live status. We're not recording right now. We're just streaming the data live. This would be the same idea if you had an OBD2 vehicle and you have a OBD2 scan tool plugged into your OBD2 port, and you're scanning your data and doing a live data analysis from that OBD2 port. Same kind of idea here with our MaxxEcu. We're just online, we're streaming everything live, and we're ready to start to take a look at this and to work with it. Now, if we want to go and get offline, we can go and simply click our X right here. This will disconnect us from the MaxxEcu. So you may want to go in and make changes or just completely disconnect your laptop from your MaxxEcu once you're done connecting and doing any kind of data logging or any kind of calibrating. You want to click X up here so that you can get out of that. So if I demonstrate that very quickly, if I click X, we can see now we're in the offline state. So if I want to communicate back again here and just establish my communications, I have to make sure, again, my USB cable is plugged into my laptop, which is plugged into my MaxxEcu, which is also powered on with the vehicle. If we don't have our USB cable plugged in, it's not going to communicate. If we don't have the power turned on to the MaxxEcu, it's also not going to be communicating, and we're going to be in the offline status. Let's communicate here again. Let's click our little lightning bolt and let this connect, and we can see now we're back online again. Pretty simple. Now, in addition to this, we find that we have our little folder icon right here. This is our OpenTune file. So if I want to go and open up a file, if I click this real quick, it's going to allow me to go into our particular directory here. So C drive, program files x86, MaxxEcu MTune. And then we can find in here that we have two different files that we can work with. These are generic files that are here just for that we can open up and start to take a look at. Right now, what is read out of my MaxxEcu is a default file that it ships with. That is nothing specific to no particular engine. It won't start up. The vehicle I'm working with here. I'd have to configure it to all the details for that vehicle. So the cam crank sensor information, all of the air temp and coolant temp information, calibrating the throttle position sensor, making sure the map sensor is set right. So there's a lot of details that have to be gone through in order for this to fire up. Again, this is just a default file, so we have something loaded into the box so it allows it to start to work and we can get our process started. And that's what these two files here represent. We can see these are just labeled as default files. Now, we can open up one of these files, so we can actually go and click on another file here and click open. That allows us to open another file and take a look at it. Now, in this particular situation, because we are online, if we open up another file, it's going to prompt us that we can either go offline so we don't go and overwrite the file that's in our MaxxEcu, or if we want to continue to stay online and we open up a new file, it'll write that file right onto the MaxxEcu. So typically if we want to just review a file, we'll make sure we're going to be in the offline status and we'll click X here and do file open. If we want to go and actually overwrite the file that's in the box and upload a new file, that's when we want to be online and we want to select the new file type. So if I click this right quick, I'll just demonstrate this, grab our other file here, click open. Now it's going to be saying here, a setting from the selected file will be uploaded to the ECU. Current settings in the MaxxEcu will be lost. So it's going to tell you that it's going to overwrite the file that's currently loaded. If you haven't yet saved the file, you want to do that because you'll overwrite it. Now in this case, I don't care because these are default files. The next, it's going to be asking, are you sure you want to continue? Choose abort to cancel. So if we click cancel here, that'll abort this. And if we don't want to overwrite the file that's in the ECU, we'll simply click X here, and then we're going to go in and be able to open up another file, take a look at that.
Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here, and you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.